Afternoon, everyone. This is your membership live, and the spotlight today is taken up by Leanne from Sheaf Design Works. If you don't know of Leanne yet, you will notice that she is within our members community, and she is the most recent case study on the Ask Zoe website. So as we are talking about market research and pricing and positioning, I thought Leanne was the perfect person to come and do the member spotlight because of the transformation her business has taken over the past 12 months by doing just that. So Leanne, do you just want to introduce yourself to the members, please?
Yeah, hi, I'm Leanne, Sheaf Design Works, as Zoe said. We work with independent businesses, building brand identities that work for the company, and then we support them with ongoing digital and print design to make sure wherever they show up, you're looking great from every angle.
And you definitely do that. Guys, you'll notice who's on brand. I think Leanne will be here on the pre-record, and who's not. Who you can tell who's the brand designer and who isn't. So she definitely does that. You'll notice, guys, that this is on pre-record because of school holidays next week when this will be posted. So instead of commenting #live if you're joining us, just let us know if you've got any questions for Leanne or myself. And do tag us in if you would like us to come back to you with a question based on research, pricing, or Leanne's business. If you wish to inquire about brand and graphics for your business, just do an @ sign. And then if you just start typing Leanne, she will come up. She's within the community, or you can even tag her business, Sheaf Design Works, and she will get that notification. But a lot of people don't know that me and Leanne go way back than 12 months. We actually met at Hilton, Sheffield, through the wedding industry due to Leanne's position at the time within a magazine. And then she chose the venue that I was the wedding coordinator at to have her special day, which you've just had your wedding anniversary, haven't you, Leanne? So how long ago was that?
10 years married, so I've probably known we go back 11 years.
Yeah, because I know I joined Hilton Sheffield on the weddings team in 2012, and I know Leanne and Martin's wedding was literally towards one of the last weddings, that we did there before we started with Hilton Liverpool the following year. So yeah, we've known each other for a while. We know each other very well. But can you just explain to the members why you decided to have a look at market research and pricing? What were the key indications? What were happening in the business? Because the reason I ask that is because those that haven't done research and pricing analysis yet don't really understand the benefit. And I think it's great on the perspective of someone who has to say what was the situation before you decided to, do more of that development within the business. So what was the situation, Leanne? Why did market research and pricing needed to be done?
Yeah, so we've been running the business since 2018. So were we 4 years in? So we'd had some steady growth, but I was kind of at the point of burnout. I was working every single hour, like up till 11 o'clock at night, sometimes midnight, getting back at 6 in the morning, just breaking to pick kids up, run about, do shopping. But I basically work had taken over, and I couldn't understand why. I thought I'd positioned the business very well, and I thought I was quite expensive, to be honest. But it turns out after a quick discovery with Zoe that my positioning was nowhere near correct. So yeah, it was basically to grab some more me time back, but still be able to run the business.
Yeah. And I think that's important because I call it being the busy fool or being on the hamster wheel. Even last night, I was doing market research till 10:30, and I literally clocked the time, and I'm like, Zoe, what would you say to a client? It can be done tomorrow. Put the laptop down. So we educate on it and we see the benefit of that. And I mean, Leanne will explain the transformation shortly, what that's done for a business. But the reason I wanted Leanne to share that is because I think that's important, because sometimes we don't realise we need to do something. We're too busy on that hamster wheel. And I think what's really important is that Leanne recognised, and you did, didn't you, Leanne? You recognised, you're like, you didn't want to be working till 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock at night and be on 6 hours sleep and doing the juggling act from mum to businesswoman. You didn't want that. And I think that's really important to acknowledge, you need change, you want something different.
Yeah, definitely. And it has been a transformation.
Yeah. So explain the benefits of that then. We had a conversation, we understood that just through a quick analysis that the positioning needed to change and a strategy would be beneficial, with some market research and some pricing review put in to the mix. So what's happened since then? Explain kind of what's happened for your business over the past 12 months.
Yeah, so once we'd established where we needed to be, we set about very quickly rebuilding the website, putting packages together with better pricing structure, the customer journey streamlined, and we did that in April. So we were a good few months in, but we did get a lot of work done from, working with you and the support ongoing monthly.
Yeah.
And then from April onwards, like the last 6 months, it is like an entirely new business. We find that when we quote people, we pretty much get the booking now. There's no questioning. It's all very straightforward. People just want to work with us. And the jobs we're getting are the jobs we wanted, the right kind of business, the small local independents that need the support, that are kind of like I am, on that hamster wheel, doing everything. They're doing their own design, and they're like, oh, someone can help us with this. And it's that kind of asking for help from the right person. So they're coming to me and then they're just like, we don't want to do the design work. We just want you to do it all because we know it needs to be right. So yeah, we're getting the bookings, and I'm working predominantly 9 till 5, and I don't work weekends anymore. So that has been honestly, such a transformation. So I can't recommend working with Zoe enough. Obviously, you guys all know that because you're here, so well done.
But also, I think the biggest pat on the back that I could give you is that you went on holiday without your laptop. That was one of the goals, guys. We needed to get Leanne to go on holiday without doing work, and she did that. And I remember when you came back, you went, Zoe, I didn't take my laptop. Like it was a revelation. And I was like, yes, you didn't take your laptop.
Yeah, they seem like really silly, insignificant little goals, don't they? But wanting to work, I mean, I say predominantly 9 till 5, as you know, when you're running your own business, there are times when you have to pull out all the stops, and we still do that. But I mostly work a normal week now. By normal, 40 to 50 hours instead of 60 to 80. But
also something that you mentioned there, which a lot of people presume is, if you work as an independent business and you serve, your local independent business community, a lot of people believe, and it is just a belief, guys, that you have to drive your price down because you've been in that position before in juggling finances. And it's not really the case. As long as you position your products and services with your pricing to your ideal customer, what you'll find is what Leanne has, that conversions increases. And
100%.
There's a rule of thumb that John Covey always told me, and Leanne does know that we'll be reviewing this probably next year, is if you're finding that you're converting like 1 in 3 or even more than that, your price needs to increase. Because what that's indicating to you is the market is increasing, your inflations are going up, but your prices have stayed the same. I mean, it used to be a rule of thumb that you only review your pricing if you review your pricing ever, because trust me, I have learned that mistake when I first started out in my events company. Or do it every 12 months, which is fine. But what I normally say is review it every time there is something that changes within the budget. a lot of people don't like watching the news, and a lot of people don't like politics, and I'm one of them. But that's the only thing I keep an eye on, budgets, because if inflation goes up and things change, that's going to eventually, in a couple of months' time, impact the business. So you have to just review things and make sure where the tweaks need to happen before you get to that 12-month point. So a lot of people that know Leanne personally will know that she has a wedding stationery business as well. So do you just want to tell the members a little bit more about that? Because I know you've kept that arm in the business from obviously where we know each other from. So yeah, just explain a little bit about that, because it's developing, isn't it? You go in with an idea that I think's really current at the moment with on the shelf idea. So explain a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so when we set off with Sheaf Design Works back in 2018, as Zoe mentioned, I designed a wedding magazine at the time, and that's how I know Zoe. And that's how I got into running the business, by setting off with stationery first, as I already worked as a full-time graphic designer. So my side hustle was the stationery, and it's kind of developed from there. So once we kind of set up on our own, because we had enough business to be able to do that, the stationery still stayed with me, running kind of alongside. And I'm very, very proud to say that we've just won our second award for Best Stationer at the North of England Wedding Awards. That was on Monday night. So yeah, again, that business has seen a lot of growth. Everything we do is bespoke throughout both businesses currently.
Yeah.
Always tailored to you and what you need. So if you don't want our branding package, or you don't want, you know, the design you see on the shelf, we can go bespoke. So as Zoe says, we are introducing something new on the stationery front now, in that we are going to do an off-the-shelf range. So it won't all be bespoke. It'll be our designs that we've done in the past for couples that have been so popular that we're creating them again and again. We're going to do it off the shelf. We're going to pop it in a shop, so that people can just go on, order the wedding stationery. We'll still design and print it in our Sheffield studio. They're welcome to come in and say hi still. So they've still got that personal touch, but they have the benefit of a quick shop as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is going to be launching next month. Finally. I've set a date, I'm sticking to it.
Good. But the reason I wanted Leanne to share that as well to our members is to show the benefit of market research, because I know Leanne, I've known her for a while, as we've just previously touched upon. I know that she's got 2 businesses. So when we were in that discovery session, I remember saying to Leanne, on a research point, would you like me to focus on the branding, or would you like me to just review the wedding business as well? And we said focus on the brand with the graphic design, but yeah, if you could just review, more of a digital review with competitors for the stationery business, I'd really appreciate it. In essence, it was quite clear that there was a lot of buy now options. And I heard of a stat through Clear Digital, who are within the business village, that 97% of buyers' decisions do happen online first. So there's a question there when you're looking at your business and your products and services, is there something missing? Is there a gap? Because what's happening to the rest of the percent that don't come and need that bespoke, you know, offer? And, you know, this is a hybrid, I believe, model that Leanne is now going to be offering, because she's got the online product, she's got the buy now option, but she's still keeping it personal. So a lot of people shy away from that because, oh, I don't want to do automation and I don't want to do, you know, digital. But trust me, guys, if there's a gap, you're probably missing a trick. And yeah, we really can't wait for that to be launched, because we know we've been discussing it every month, just touching upon it and seeing how it's kind of getting on. So what's coming up for Sheaf Design Works, Leanne, from now until the end of the year? Is there anything that you wish to share to the members that you have coming up? Because I know you run local networking events as well, don't you? So these events that you can potentially get involved in, guys, for those that are listening.
Yeah, so I do also attend Network B, which is a women's business networking group. We've only got one more of them. It's crazy how, like, we're in October, but it's so close to the end of the year. So yeah, I'll be attending that next month, hopefully presenting about print in a digital world, because obviously print is something we specialize in, so I'd like to kind of show people the power of print. So hopefully that's coming up, so I'll share that link with you. And then we're basically fully booked till the end of December now with projects. So yeah, I am looking to take on new projects come January, February. So if anyone is thinking of getting anything done, branding, digital or print design wise, do give me a shout. But yeah, we work on Around Town magazine, which goes out in Barnsley and Rotherham. We're just doing the bumper Christmas edition of that, and that goes to print in 2 weeks' time. And yeah, I think that sees us to the end of the year when we start putting plans in place for next year.
Yeah. And honestly, I think it sometimes seems a pipe dream where you can only like dream of being full till the end of the year in terms of inquiries. But this just shows you guys the benefits of positioning your services correctly in front of your ideal audience. So the reason I wanted Leanne to just explain what was happening between now and then is to show that it is possible, and the biggest benefit, commercial benefit to your business by doing this topic of conversation this month in the hub is that example of Leanne's business. That's what can happen if it's done right. And if not, and you just want to have a go at it, give it a go. Let me know how you get on and let's have a chat about it. And obviously availability from early next year. I know obviously you're kindly going to rejig my Christmas cards this year. Because we didn't send them last year to everybody. We sent them digitally to everybody, and then we sent unbranded cards to a couple of our retainer clients. So we're just changing things up a little bit. Do you have any space for that left with Christmas, or are you fully booked on that side as well? Just because I know that might be useful for those in the community wanting to create some maybe Christmas graphics.
Yeah, so for sort of Christmas cards, small jobs like maybe a business card design, we can squeeze them in before Christmas, but for larger projects like brochures, branding, we are fully booked with companies till end of the year. So yeah, there is stuff like that going on, but I just want to go back to the pricing actually, because that's where we started. I will admit that I'd not changed my price for 4 years. When you said you should review it every year, and I was like, I just didn't. I just thought, I think you don't see the value in yourself until someone externally comes in and says, look at all this, what you can do. Look at how much experience you've got. You know, you've not put your prices up. So we're basically charging the same as when I set off working at just a desk in our bedroom. Beginning. So, and then we've obviously working in a studio, but I'd not changed my price. And we've got obviously studio rent to cover, and I'd just not even thought about any of it. I would just working on design, because that's what I love to do, and not actually thinking about the business aspect of it. And that's really where you did come in and help me, and I saw the light.
But it's easy done. I mean, we review our pricing, but even with a conversation with Michael Hall, who did the webinar a couple of months ago, we realised we was undercharging, and we do review our pricing. So it's easy to fall into that gap. And like I said to you, you know, we've all been there. We've all set as price and then dared budge on it because scared of competitors, scared of, you know, the customer walking away. But there's something that Claire Taylor, who is within the community, will confirm this. We've had a conversation, and she literally said, if they go, let them, because what it does is create your space for the right person who will pay your value and your worth. So if you are worried about pricing, watching, you know, this member spotlight, and you haven't reviewed your pricing like Leanne for 4 years, don't be scared of that, because if they go, remember what Claire Taylor Foster said, let them, because it will open up space. Because now I don't worry if people say to me, Zoe, can we stop service? I'm like, that's absolutely fine. It's got to be the right decision for the business, because I know then it will free up, not that they're the wrong customer, but it will free up space for those that do want to work with me on a longer term basis, you know. So don't be afraid, guys, because we're all in that same situation and we all feel like we're tethering on that seesaw. But Leanne's a testament to what can happen when you do take that, you know, leap of faith and that step forward and charge your worth. And I'm excited to see what happens with the Sheaf design works next year, and we're excited to see the launch of the buy now product within the stationery. So Leanne, if anyone is watching this, how would they get in touch with you if they want to just have a further conversation, maybe about some Christmas cards, or, you know, about maybe a brand refresh next year? How would they best contact you?
Yeah, you can book straight into our diary with a discovery call through the contact page on the website, which is sheafdesignworks.co.uk. We're also, thank you to Zoe, very active on social media as well. So you can get us over on Instagram and Facebook and on LinkedIn. So message, email, or through the website.
Amazing. And I have noticed the posts again, lovely, they are coming up on my feed. So that's also something to mention, guys. In social media, we can all get busy, but be consistent. It can be good, it can be bad, but if you're not consistent, they can't find you and they can't remember you because you vanish. That's how fast social media is. So it's great to see as well that it's working. And do go and follow the socials. Great content, great value. Or if you want to know more about Leanne in a little bit more detail and our work together, do go to the website askzoe.co.uk. Under resources, you will see the case studies, and she's the newest one at the top. So you don't even have to scroll. You can click on the case study and find out a little bit more about our work together. But thanks for joining me, lovely. Enjoy the holiday next week. And guys, just remember, any questions you've got for Leanne, or if you want to reach out to her, just reach out to her. As said, social media, email, or you can even use the @ in the comments, tag Leanne, and arrange a call through the feed. And thanks for joining us. And thanks again, Leanne, for being our October spotlight.
Brilliant. Thank you, Zoe.
Take care, guys. See you soon. Oh, and happy Halloween if I don't speak to you before.